According to the Australian Infrastructure and Transport Statistics of 2025, road crashes cost nearly 42,000 hospitalisations in 2024. In the state of Victoria, 291 lives were lost, including 17.9 pedestrians, 6.8 were children aged 0 to 17, according to a recent report of the Transport Accident Commission's road safety statistics last June of 2025. In response to these risks, children's everyday mobility has shifted significantly. 40 years ago, 75% of children walked to school. However, today, this percentage has dropped to 35%, whilst more than 60% are driven by vehicles. This research focuses on road safety at North Melbourne Primary School, located close to the main Flemington Road. It examines how walking routes to school can be redesigned to improve safety by addressing traffic exposure, crossing safety, and road connectivity within the highly connected urban context.
An 800-meter catchment radius surrounding North Melbourne Primary School was identified as the primary focus of the study, representing approximately a 10-minute walking distance from the school. Within the area, a total of 583 recorded crashes were identified from 2012 to 2025 from the Victorian road crash data from the Department of Transport and Planning. Of these recorded crashes, 87 involved pedestrians, highlighting the direct safety risks faced by people walking within the area, including students traveling to and from school. Crash analysis shows that a significant proportion of incidents, which is 63.9% of incidents, occur at intersections, while 36.1% occur mid-block, indicating that a specific street conditions and movement conflicts play a key role in influencing risks across the study area. A heat map analysis further reveals that crashes are concentrated along arterial roads, which is Flemington Road, with wider carriageways and higher speed zones, reinforcing the correlation between road hierarchy, traffic volume, and increased incident occurrence.
On Flemington Road, there are existing pedestrian crossings. Let's call it A, B, and C. The distance from A to B is 137 meters. From B to C is 300 meters. Based on research, 50% people refuse to walk more than 60 meters out of their way to use a formal crossing. At 300 meters, the gap between B and C is 5 times that threshold. In response to this, we propose a new crossing to reduce the gap from 300 meters to 150 meters, and to maximize the safety, the crossing designed as a wombat crossing. A wombat crossing forces drivers to slow down to 30 km per hour speed at the standard crossings on a 60 km per hour speed zone. If accident happens between a car and pedestrian, the pedestrian is struck at 60 km per hour with 85% fatality probability. When the same thing happens at a wombat crossing, the fatality probability drops to 10%. We also propose a new pedestrian-only street that creates a more direct and safer connection between North Melbourne Primary School and the new mid-block wombat crossing on Flemington Road. To evaluate the safety of walking routes with our proposal, we use Pedestrian Route Risk Score or PPRS. The PPRS measures by combining 4 factors: pedestrian exposure times, that measures how long children are exposed to traffic while walking, waiting, and cross the roads, calculated using children's walking speed of 0.9 meters per second. Vehicle conflict rate, that measures how many vehicle pedestrians encounter during their exposure period. Uncontrolled conflict points, that measure the level of crossing protection, where uncontrolled crossings carry higher risks while safer crossings receive a lower risk point. And then road severity weight, that measure the relationship between vehicle speed and crash severity. The first route is from school to or from Tramstop Route 59, showing the route risk score or PPRS of 22.98 points. The new intervention with same destination and starting point reduced the PPRS to 13.78. And if we compare them, the PPRS reduced by 40% from 22.98 into 13.78. The second route is between school and Royal Park. The existing shows the route risk score or PPRS is 40.57, and the new intervention reduced the PPRS to 20.03 points. The new interventions show the pedestrian route risk reduced by 50.6%. The intervention analysis before focused more on pedestrian, but on the Flemington Road, where most crashes occur, we found another problem that can affect the safety of cyclists. On the existing road, the bike lane sits between 2 threads: car parked on the street and moving car at around 60 km per hour. 47% of the 1.5 meter bike lane is inside the arc of opening car door, leaving only 60 cm of safe riding space, giving 18.1% change of conflict retrieve and 85% risk of fatality. We propose to relocate the bike lane next to the footpath on the same level. The 4.8 meters of landscape area become the buffer between the bike lane and the parked cars. Cyclists only have direct contact to the pedestrian and the conflict probability is only 0.8% with 2% fatality. The conflict probability reduced by 95.6% and the risk of fatality reduced by 97.6%.